this one gave me chills. This game is, of course, between Miaoyi and this Serbian Grandmaster. He has the title Grandmaster here, although evidently his rating has fallen since then. But yeah, Grandmaster from Serbia, born in 1962, facing against our hero Miaoyi. So Miaoyi, of course, just 12 years old. Actually, yeah, she was 12 years old. This game, as you can see here, played in June of this year. And let's go ahead and get right into the game. So uh, Miaoyi begins with pawn to e4. And the Serbian master goes for a strange opening right off the bat. So pawn to b6, not something I've seen in a while. And there's only less than 2,000 in chess.com's database with that move. And if you're given the opportunity to take the center of the board, you can certainly do that with your pawn structure. And so, yeah, Miaoyi goes with pawn to d4. So she's got both the pawns there in the center. And of course, this is the only reason that you would push your b pawn is to fianchetto the bishop, at least as far as I know. That's the only move that makes sense. Getting that bishop to b7 there does the Grandmaster. And now bishop to d3 played here. And yeah, so there's pressure on the central pawn. In general, you'd like to play maybe knight to c3, but this is going to kind of slow down your ability to control the center of the board. And since black isn't really participating in the center with his pawn structure, I think Miaoyi would really like to play pawn to c4 here and then put the knight behind that pawn. So I think that's the reason for that sort of move. And now we have pawn to e6. And yeah, this game at this point has only been played a handful of times, so a pretty obscure line as it turns out. After pawn to e6, we have knight to f3, getting the king's knight out does Miaoyi. And now the Grandmaster plays knight to f6. And to me, that feels like a mistake right away. We can just grab some space in the center of the board, forcing the knight to move. Like the best square, it seems like he might be able to grab is there on d5, but that's no good because now we do get the opportunity to play pawn to c4. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, that move. It seems really weak to me. I'm surprised to see that at this level. The Grandmaster playing knight to f6 there seems surprising. Now, Miaoyi plays pawn to d2, though Stockfish likes my idea. Stockfish says, go ahead and kick the knight. But, you know, her move was also an excellent move. Queen to e2 is an excellent move. Nothing wrong with that. And now we have pawn to c5. Now, this game has never been played before at this point. There is no master games that have been recorded with this move here. It might have been better to strike out at the center with a d pawn instead, but okay, that's what happened. And now Miaoyi does play pawn to e5, forcing that knight to find a better square. The computer actually says put the knight back, which is kind of hilarious. You know, like he undo your development, but that's not what he plays. He plays knight to d5, kind of as anticipated. And of course, Miaoyi plays the great move, pawn to c4. But yeah, we kind of saw that coming. And so the knight, of course, has to reposition himself again. He goes after the bishop. The computer is again saying, send that knight back. You don't go there instead. This is not a good path for you. But this Grandmaster, not having a good game here, as it turns out. This knight is hilarious. So attacking the bishop, you don't really want to trade, in most games, you don't want to trade your bishop for a knight, unless you know it's going to be a very close game. So Miaoyi goes ahead and plays the great move, e4, bishop to e4, saving the bishop, offering the bishop trade, and it would have been probably best just to go ahead and accept the trade. But the Serbian Grandmaster does play queen to c8, just defending the bishop. And now Miaoyi says, you know what, knight, get lost. Go away. And that is actually the best move in the position, just chasing that knight again. And now the Serbian Grandmaster does grab the bishop, which is the best move in the position. Of course, you've got to keep an eye on this square here, but nicely when the queen captures back, she is watching that nasty fork. So the knight does have to eventually move back. But the Grandmaster does find the strongest move in the position here. He plays queen to c6, offering a queen trade. And if, of course, if Lu Maoyi captures, then the knight can go back. So he doesn't end up hanging a piece, and he's doing okay if that happens. But Lu Maoyi doesn't want this. She's playing for the win. What some people may not realize is when you're at the highest levels of play, although these guys are not quite there, they're very high level, you want to play for the win when you're playing white. Maybe you play for the draw when you're playing black, but you don't want to trade queens usually if you're trying to win. And so now that knight is forced back to a6. This is the best move that black can play in the position. This is really sad. That knight, I mean, what a journey the knight has been on, hasn't it? I mean, wasting time with that knight when he should have been getting, this bishop activated, getting this knight activated. So again, that knight to f6 move was surprising to me. So Lu Maoyi kind of giving a clinic on how to play chess to the Grandmaster. She castles, everything kind of going her way. And now, yeah, the Grandmaster just trying to get his pieces developed, plays bishop to e7 here. Bishop to e7, perhaps getting himself the opportunity to castle. And now finally, Lu Maoyi does develop her knight to c3. And now we have pawn captures to d4. So the c pawn captures on d4. And that was actually the best move the Grandmaster could have played in position, but it allows for knight captures on d4, gaining a tempo in the queen. So the queen's going to have to reposition herself. This is the best move in the position. And unfortunately, the Grandmaster has to put his queen back here like this. What is that? This is like this structure here. Are they trying to keep each other warm? The rook is suffocating. The knight's, this is pretty, I think they're trying to stay warm in the corner. They see a battle coming, they're warming up. Okay, that must be what's going on there. That's hilarious. So now Lu Maoyi actually plays knight d, so the d knight to b5 here. And the computer is saying maybe going after the pawn here might have been best, or just getting the queen more activated. But okay, this turns out just fine for Lu Maoyi. And finally, the Grandmaster is able to castle on move 15. He finally pulls off castling. But yeah, his piece development, so they are completely even as far as material. Nobody's lost anything, but it seems pretty obvious that the Grandmaster is in trouble here. Lu Maoyi has only to develop her bishop here, perhaps, and she's ready for battle. Meanwhile, these guys are, I guess, warming up in the corner. And so you can feel that things are going to be interesting. Lu Maoyi now plays knight to e4. The computer does like bishop to f4 better, just connecting the rooks, kind of building a resilient position. You don't have to be... Lu Maoyi doesn't have to attack fast here because, the Grandmaster is nowhere near prepared. But anyway, this move works just fine for Lu Maoyi. She offers a knight trade. She plays knight from she plays knight to c5 here, offering up a trade. So that knight that's been all across the board, he's trying to get rid of it now. Lu Maoyi doesn't want it. She plays knight to d6, grabbing herself an outpost. And this is a brilliant move. You would like to kick this other knight out of here, but now you can't. And if you capture the bishop, it's like this is a two-headed knight. If the bishop captures the knight, we still have a knight. It's still going to have to move the queen. The computer actually recommends just going ahead and moving the queen and then kicking the knight. But the Grandmaster instead elects to capture the knight, and then we just have a knight that shows back up. And now the Grandmaster does have to move to the suggested square. This is just, again, this is like a clinic. That Black's pieces are just not coordinated, and white has every advantage here. And now Lu Maoyi plays the strongest move, kicking this knight once again. This poor knight, he's so tired at this point, I'm sure. The knight's got to move again, and he goes all the way down here to b3, attacking the bishop. Lu Maoyi's only piece that she never moved. And now, this is just hilarious. And now Lu Maoyi plays rook to b1, and finally, the knight captures on c1, and Lu Maoyi recaptures. So kind of a hilarious journey of that knight. I mean, he started here, he ended up moving here. He was kicked from there, went after the bishop, was kicked back, tried to trade, finally comes over here, and then trades for the only piece that Lu Maoyi did not move. Yeah, so definitely lost a few tempo there. He lost a few moves with that knight, since it did nothing basically but take a piece that Lu Maoyi didn't even want to use, evidently. So now we have pawn to a6 by the Grandmaster, and Lu Maoyi plays f4, pawn to f4. The Grandmaster then plays pawn to f5, kind of stopping that pawn from advancing. And again, if you look, the piece values are completely even, but the evaluation bar is saying white is totally winning this game. Look at the space that Lu Maoyi has. Black's pieces aren't involved. This rook is still recovering from being suffocated by his neighbors in the corner there, so he's having trouble getting into the game. So yeah, everything's kind of going Lu Maoyi's way, and now Lu Maoyi plays the strongest move in the position, lifting her rook to c3. The Grandmaster plays pawn to b5, and now Lu Maoyi just kind of locks everything down with pawn to c5, and yeah, just a complete domination of the position here. The knight can't get into the game. The rook again is still recovering from suffocation. The queen is not doing anything. Just an amazing game, so beautiful. And now the Grandmaster plays queen to c7. Queen to c7. Computer is suggesting, go ahead and break open, try to break open the position, try to activate your pieces here. So this is a mistake for the Grandmaster. And now Lu Maoyi plays queen to h5, and the Grandmaster attacks the queen with pawn to g6, and Lu Maoyi kind of chuckles, and well, she probably was very respectful, excuse me. I'm chuckling at this move because she doesn't care about the queen attack. She's just going to go ahead and enact an absolute pin, so of course the queen cannot be captured. And now we have king to g7, which was the best move that the Grandmaster could make in the position. And now we have the other rook lifted to f3, so rook f1 to f3. And now finally Lu Maoyi's sleepy knight is trying to jump into the game, so knight to c6 is played. That is the best move to be played in the position, so the Grandmaster still finding strong moves in what is a hopeless position. This game is, this is impossible to play, but he's playing on. I respect him for that. I do appreciate that sort of thing. And now he does lift his rook, so we have rook to g5 now. The strongest, or excuse me, Lu Maoyi lifts her rook. That is the strongest move in the position, just getting ready for the attack. And now we have knight to e7 by the Grandmaster. And of course now Lu Maoyi brings her rook over to h3, threatening checkmate there. That would be straight up checkmate right then and there. That would be kind of like a tailmate, as well. This would be like an unfortunate, what is it, same? So swallow's tailmate, the pawn taking away that square. So, of course, the Grandmaster sees a mate in one and defends, but there's really little that can be done here. Lu Maoyi plays queen to h6 check, and the king forced to drop back. He moves his king back to g8. And then Lu Maoyi goes ahead and moves the h3 rook to g3. And it was in this position that the Grandmaster did resign the game. He called it quits. It's just, look at this domination of the position, the center control, the development of the pieces just really just locked that guy down. This is not a nice thing to do to an old man. Well, I mean, you're doing it on the chessboard. That's her job. But wow, what an incredible domination of the game. It does say it's mate in 14, and we'll take a deeper look into that. The computer suggests the best thing to save the position. The two top moves are either queen takes d6, so just sacrificing the queen, which interesting. Yeah, you just capture back and attack the knight. Or queen takes c5. These are the top moves suggested by the engine. We're not going to go down those lines because, well, the first one, there is no checkmate. So if you play queen takes d6, there will not be a checkmate anytime soon. The computer can't see it looking 20 moves out. If you play queen takes c5, there's a mate in 5. But if you don't want to give up your queen, a5 might be the next best thing that you can play. But then look, you've got rook captures on. So let's say if they play pawn to a5, which the engine says that's the next best move, just trying to give yourself some sort of chance to get into the game. Actually, Lu Miaoyi can go ahead and just play rook captures on g6. So rook captures on g6. This is the engine says that's the brilliant move. That's the best move to play. And they can either play knight takes g6 or pawn takes g6. It doesn't matter which one they play. It's still going to be a mate in 3. So let's risk as little material as possible, I guess, and play h takes on g6. So the pawn captures. And now Lu Miaoyi can just go ahead and play rook captures on g6. Knight can capture on g6 is really the only move. So knight captures on g6. And then, of course, queen captures g6. The king is forced over. And queen to f7 is checkmate. So I should have said it was a mate in 4 back there. It ended up being a mate in 4, not a mate in 3. But no way to stop mate. Anyway, what a game. Please like and subscribe, as I will be posting basically all of Lu Miaoyi's decisive games. So the games that somebody won the game. I'm going to start posting every one of those, probably one a day, if not more. But I'll also be posting chess tactics, different checkmate patterns. So if you're into chess, please like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.